bed and not a basement. She finally ate more than one potato. So she said, "You lost your mind. We are so blessed to have this whole thing and not to be hidden from the Nazis. You should be thankful, and we're not escaping nowhere." So again, my grandpa, which was very, very stubborn, thank you, you know him already, he took her papers and ripped them apart. Back then, if you're in a communist country, state, and you don't have papers to prove that you're a Russian civilian, what would they do to you? I don't know if they would kill you. They would probably send you to prison, and again, you won't have anything to wear, anything to eat, and no bed. So he's telling to my grandma, well, let's see if you're staying right now, or you're coming with me. So my grandma, again, was saved by my grandpa for the third time, and was forced to flee with him. They fled with my great-grandparents, so it's actually Sophia, Israel, Cecia, and Abraham. They fled again, and this time and this time to Germany. Now, why Germany? I mean, think about it. My grandpa was really smart. Why Germany?
Maybe because they want to help the Jews now after all the world is mad at them that they killed Jews, so they have to pay to Jews back.
Very good. Okay. What is
I was thinking, so if they go around other countries, they might not recognize that they're Jews in their country.
Okay.
No one would expect them to go.
No one would expect them to go there?
Didn't they go by foot, or how did they get from Eastern?
It's a good question. I don't know exactly, but I think it was food, and then just like Mr. Hastings said, a lot of exchanging for train rides and stuff like that. I'm sure it wasn't easy. Well, all of your reasons are very reasonable. The main reason was because Germany was the main country that was the main problem and caused the whole World War II. A lot of unions went there to help people. How do they call them? United Nations. United Nations. So there were a lot of United Nations and a lot of organizations that actually helped people there. Plitim, how do you say Plitim? Refugees. Good. A lot of refugees who came there. So you were right. A lot of people went there just to find help. During the escape to Germany, and this is a very dramatic thing, my grandma got pregnant. My grandma got pregnant, and they called her a miracle baby. It was a little baby named Rosa, after my great-grandma name. She was a miracle. Do anybody knows why she was a miracle? Maybe you have some, yeah?
Maybe because on the way to Germany, it was probably very hard to give birth.
Well, you're right. It was very hard, but the main reason, I'm sorry I'm not asking all of you, it's because we have a lot more. I told you that my grandpa weighed 81 pounds, right? My grandma was very, very thin also, and the doctor in Russia told her that she's so thin that actually physically she couldn't have children. Her tissues her fat tissues and everything that needs to be good in a pregnant woman is not working. Her body is not working. She could never have children ever. And here she is, fleeing to Germany and pregnant. So they loved that kid dearly. She was very, very pretty. She was blonde and blue eyes as a child, like most kids, right? But
not my family.
No, She was very beautiful, and my grandparents were so proud to have her that they took her to actually a professional photographer, just like, you know, they do it here, and they took a picture of her and them as a family. The photographer was so amazed by her beauty that he actually posted her photos in his store to everyone to see. And 18 months later, she was just 1 year and a half, and she died because they couldn't afford food for her. They didn't have enough food. Remember, they were refugees, and they didn't have enough food, so she died. 6 months later, my grandpa, I remember telling me the story, actually said that 6 months later he was just walking by the store and he saw this photo of her in the photographer's store. So obviously he was very devastated, and he comes to the photographer and says, "Hey, would you please take it off?" So the photographer asked him why. He told him. So he just gave him the photos, and I have it in Israel. Well, but she was very, very pretty. After that, the United Nations, I told you, that came to help. So meantime, they were actually looking for relatives out of Germany and Poland, just relatives. They were looking for a family that survived. Apparently I had relatives in America, in the United States, and they sent a message to the United Nations asking for, they didn't know if they survived, if my great-parents survived, but they said, we had family look for them. So actually they were sent, my great-grandparents, which were Sophia and Israel, were sent to the United States from Germany. My grandma and my grandpa, Abraham and Cecia, after losing their first child, had their second son in Germany, and their second son was Juan. He's my uncle. And they were looking for more relatives to actually ask them to come. Do you understand what I'm saying right now? Because it's a little bit confusing. So my great-great-parents were already in the United States, and my grandpa and my grandma were looking for family to take them under their wings. My great-grandma's brother, which was in Poland, escaped to Argentina, somewhere in the middle. And this is a nice story. He was very, very rich in Argentina. Do you have any idea how he became extremely, extremely rich? Like, give me your best. Yes.
Worked on your farm.
No. Just. Yes.
You win the lottery.
Exactly.
No, I was gonna say
Yeah, you were good. Okay, he won the lottery not only once, he won the lottery twice.
What?
Yeah. In Argentina. In Argentina. So he was very, very rich, and he was actually, I know it's exciting, I know. And he was actually looking for his family. And the United Nations sent my grandpa, my grandma, and my uncle, which was Juan, to Argentina. So in '51, they went on a boat to Argentina, and my grandma had her second baby conceived.